Ladies and gents, in this quick video, we're going to talk about crafting, attunement, materials, pretty much everything you need to know as a beginner about crafting. And to be honest, guys, it's much easier than what it looks like. So let's not waste time and start with attunement. As you start Witch Queen, you are going to start getting weapons that come with these red frames right here. And some people think that simply because you get a weapon with these red frames, you can craft these weapons. That is not correct. If you want to see which weapons you can craft, all you got to do is go right here to shape. So all the weapons that you see here are craftable. Now, obviously, you first need to unlock some of these weapons to make them craftable in the first place. And some of them you will get as a drop. Some of them, I would guess, would be tied to some activities. And some of these weapons you will get as a drop with a red frame. And once that happens, make sure to attune them, extract those materials, and then they will become craftable. But this right here is pretty much the list of all the weapons that will be craftable. But Pip, why do we get the uncraftable weapons with the red frames? So what do they do? Are they useless? That's when the attunement progress comes in. As you get these red weapons, what you want to do is equip these weapons and get kills. Or you can complete activities which give you much higher progression. So what I usually do is, for example, if I want to attune these weapons, right here, I'll slap this on, and then I also have a heavy for attunement. Boom, I put this on. And with these two weapons, I'll go into any of the activities. For example, the new one that is right here. Let me take a look. Yep, the Wellspring. I complete the Wellspring, and as long as I have those weapons equipped, I will get a huge chunk of progression on it. And I'm also doing the new activity, so pretty much killing two birds with one stone. Okay, that is the perfect case scenario. Now, obviously, if you had one in your kinetic slot, you can also slap that on. If you don't want to use these weapons as you're playing through these activities, just slap them on as the activity is about to end. That's all you got to do. Now, once you fully progress your attunement, then you can pick one of these materials from this weapon, okay? And you need these in order to craft weapons. So pretty much these red frames are a way for you guys to get materials for crafting. That's all it is. You get these weapons with the red frames, you use them, you get the attunement to max, then you take these materials from them in order to craft the new weapons. So that's all it is, guys. It's very simple, okay? Right here, you can see the materials you need for crafting. Right now, I am reshaping my glaive. So for example, if I wanted to change my perk right here, I would need 75 neutral elements, which, as mentioned, you get from attuning those weapons and then taking those materials from them. And by the way, after you take the materials from those weapons, the red frame will go away. And then if you don't like the weapon, you can just dismantle it. Now, the first two columns don't really take much materials. It only takes neutral element. However, once you're going to start using the enhanced traits, that's when it's going to start taking more materials, right? Now you also need the adroit element in this case and the ascended alloy, which is kind of like an exotic material. We'll talk about it here in a second, but these adroit elements also come from those weapons with the red frames. Now, depending on what perk you want to activate, some will ask you adroit elements, some will ask you energetic elements. So the first thing I suggest you should do is decide what weapon you want to craft. Okay, let me show you why. For example, I decide to craft this sidearm right here, the empirical evidence. As soon as you pick the intrinsic perk, there we go. Now you can see all the perks that are available on this weapon. Now, the reason this is very important and very helpful is you can take a look at what perks you're looking for on this weapon and see which materials you need. So once you attune those red framed weapons, you will extract the materials that you need from them. If you need the adroit element, that's what you're going to extract. If you need the energetic element, that's the one you're going to get, because some weapons and some perks will ask you for different elements. So decide what you want to craft, take a look at the perks, and then extract the appropriate materials. Oh, and keep in mind, you're not going to be spending any materials while checking these perks, so don't be afraid to do that, okay? Let's say even if I slap these on all the way to the end, let's pick Adagio. Right there, you can see that it's still not finalized, therefore it doesn't use your materials. The final material you need is the Ascendant Alloy. Now this, as mentioned, is kind of like an exotic material. You can get this, for example, from the Cryptarch for 400 legendary shards. You can only buy this material from the Cryptarch once a week though, so do keep that in mind. Or you need to hit rank 13 with Finch and then he will unlock the weekly campaign missions, which will also award you with these exotic materials. Another way to get these materials is to hit rank 16 with the gunsmith. As soon as you do that, you will be able to purchase those materials. And that is pretty much it. That is pretty much all you need to know about crafting as a beginner. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, and only if you did, slap that like button, subscribe to the channel. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, never, ever forget to share that positive energy all around. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.